Good day, Juan. You're here with me from the new mill from Saldarriaga. Is that true?
Yeah, it's awesome and it's amazing. Like Juan Saldarriaga has this new dry mill and it's awesome. So right now I'm here in Ciudad Bolívar, Antioquia. Yes.
Cool, lucky you, man. So for those who don't know, Juan works with us for Tropiq in Colombia. He used to work for Nordic Approach as an intern, started there, and then we thought he was such a good guy, we didn't want to lose him. So he's now based in Colombia. And today we're doing virtual cupping, and we're going to cup some coffees from Antioquia, where you are now right now.
Antioquia has been one of the main producers of coffee in the country, in Colombia, even like in the National Coffee Federations of Colombia. You can see like one of the mountains from Antioquia is represented in their logo. Antioquia is really important for the coffee growing and the coffee sector in Colombia, but has not really well known as for quality. That's something that has been developing in the last maybe 10 years. And Juan Saldarriaga is one of the pioneers that I can say from this approach to coffee that is like, hey, you know what? We're gonna sell quality instead of quantity. He started this journey like 10 years ago. Like he took all this, his experience from the European market. He came here to invest in here. And well, currently he was like just developing these new processing methods, this like investing in quality, as I say, just to like for the broader market. And the funny thing and the good thing about this is like the good things as well are contagious. It's not only pandemics and everything that is contagious. It's also about the good things. And currently, Juan Saldarriaga just like also teach to other people how to like maybe improve their processing. Currently, they are working with as well with Hernan Prieto and with Cesar Taborda. So like currently he's working with 4 farms in the moment that are El Encanto, La Claudina, Villa Clavelina, and the new one that you're gonna taste and it's awesome. It's called La Pastora. It's a recently new farm where they're like doing some crazy processing, but like I assure you that coffee gonna taste great and amazing. And yeah, here in Antioquia, all the specialty growing and all the specialty processing is like growing and it's like really people can see the fruits of it.
Cool. Thank you so much for that introduction. That's beautiful. But the first coffee, the El Encantazo, number 1, washed coffee. And to me, this coffee is just, if you want a sweet coffee, this is your jam. It's like vanilla, rum, super sweet. It has a lot of brightness actually, but it's quite balanced. So you have this beautiful balance throughout the whole coffee. Also, with the brightness and the acidity, it really complements the sweetness while not bringing the whole thing out of balance. In the finish, it's where it gets most interesting for me, because in the beginning it's this really sweet coffee, and then towards the end it gets a little bit more. You get a little bit more defined acidity and like a black tea, black currant kind of profile.
Yeah, and it's like good to remark that well, when Juan Saldarriaga started like 10 years ago, Antioquia was not really known for the quality of the coffee. So it's like he just took like this step ahead. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna invest in quality. I'm gonna instead of like quantity. And right now, well, 10 years after, we can see like the result of this like investment in quality. And right now, well, we have like people just call it like the classic Colombian profile, but it's like quite amazing. It's like really like really tight. Like there's a lot of flavors, even like. Wow. I love it.
This structure that you're talking about, this tightness, the layers, the compactness, and the really thickness, maybe it's you can explain it a little bit like that. And it shows itself in a lot more coffees that he produces, in my mind, anyway. So then we go on to the second coffee, which is a natural El Encanto number 3. I love this. It's almost addictive, you know. You just want to like, oh, how did it taste again? How did it taste again? You just want to keep drinking because the mouthfeel and the acidity and the roundedness and the sugary, the sweetness. It's really good. And then you have this like for me a little bit of the classic natural taste as well, without being fermenty at all. It's quite clean, very balanced. But at the same time, you have these like blueberry notes, lots of red fruit, and then the finish is quite long, sweet, and it even has this like typical bubblegum kind of thing that some of these naturals have.
Well, Colombia is not like really known, or it's not like really usual to see natural coffees in Colombia. Why? Because, well, it's really like a challenge to make or dry the coffee in a natural process in a place as tropical as Colombia, where there's a lot of rain, there's a lot of humidity, there's a lot of moisture. So what right now has been developing through the years is like a way to emulate all the, like, let's say, all the variables or all the environment from places where they are like doing naturals. Let's say like Ethiopia, like having this constant sun, having like this constant temperature. And it's something that you can see like how it's affecting directly the coffee in the quality. And it's having like, whoa, he's just like taking like care of the mechanical dryer, like really good. He's like taking like all the variables and trying to make like this non-stable, just taking control of this variable. And well, we can like see what is the success, how all this like impact is having in the final cup.
The next step that we're copying is an anaerobic natural. And again, like you would expect, going from a normal natural, the second one, to the third one, you'd expect like craziness, and like you sometimes have these anaerobics that taste like the barnyard, or like whatever. You can name a lot of these weird flavor notes that sometimes come up with anaerobics, like sour or like super extreme. But again, like what we talked about, super well processed, very balanced, super rounded. So you have a clear anaerobic note to it, but it's almost as if it's it's almost as if it's this sounds very maybe cliche, but almost like a very well-rounded music piece, you know. All of the chords are in the perfect order, and none of them are like out of tune or whatever, and you're like, so you have this anaerobic note which is very well integrated into the rest of the profile. So, and here, when I was tasting, especially when it was warmer, when it's cooling, it's a little less of this tropical. When it's cooling, it's more like maybe like a mandarin acidity, quite soft, long. It doesn't get out of balance at all. It just stays sweet. It gets a little bit light-bodied when it's cooling, but when it was warm, it was just like a pina colada for me. It's like milky, super tropical pineapple juice. It was the crazy thing is, it's like a explosion of taste, but at the same time, super well balanced. So it's complex and very rounded. So yeah, I look very much forward to seeing this in roasters' hands and what they will be able to create with it.
Yeah, no, all these processes like developed by Juan Saldarriaga and his team here in Ciudad Bolivar has been like quite awesome. It's like with this like fermentation process, or let's say like in an anaerobic environment where they are like just fermenting this coffee, like just like delaying like the decay of the coffee by itself. Like they are not like producing these like red fruit notes. They're like having like this and other like notes that they're developing under lower temperatures. That is like pretty much like you say, like even like pineapple, even like wow, it's like another type of acidity for me, and it's like super nice. I think that this coffee is like suitable even for like a competition, like a brewers competition. It's like amazing.
So what we've cupped today is a washed and a natural and an anaerobic natural. But of course, it's also more to, in Antioquia, we're buying quite a diverse range of processing, although I would already call this quite diverse. We also have extended fermentation, anaerobic washed, next to the natural and washed. So maybe you can just go very quickly per process what Juan is actually doing.
Okay. So let's start with the wash process. With the wash process, he's just having the red cherries by itself. They are just depulping them. All the depulped coffee with all the goo and the mucilage is going into a fermentation tank, where this fermentation, aside from developing flavors, is just to remove the mucilage out from the bean. After that, it's just like passing through, like, let's say, like washing channels. And after that, it's going straight forward to get dry, also in mechanical dryer. After that, we are coming with the naturals. The naturals, some of them are just passing through like a small fermentation before getting dry. And that small fermentation is like the one that we call anaerobic. When you're fermenting the coffee, or like in a closed environment, we call it the anaerobic fermentation. And when you're putting the cherries directly into the dryer, is a natural coffee here in Antioquia. So the natural, let's just call it, we're picking the red cherries straightforward to the mechanical dryer, and the anaerobic is passing through a previous fermentation before going into the mechanical dryer. The thing with the anaerobic fermentation, or like this environment without oxygen, is that usually the temperatures of like all the process are lower. So these temperatures like producing this like another type of flavors, where we are like having, when it's like a high temperature, we're having like acetic acid flavors, more like by vinegar and everything. But when we're going lower, we're having these alcoholic flavors, more like these tasty, like winey flavors, even like this sharp acidity that you can say from your coffee. So yeah, this is like a whole range of coffees and a whole range of like a world of possibilities in processing here in Antioquia.
Cool, fascinating. Well, I think that concludes our cupping for today. And I'm just, again, I'm super excited to taste these coffees in Rosta's hands. And I'd say let's finish with our favorite coffee. I can already say that it's the anaerobic natural for me, but
well, I must say that the washed one in this, like, even that I don't like they're the wash are my favorite coffees. This one is like outstanding.
Cool. And then yeah, maybe it's good for people to know where they can actually find the coffees, because what we try to do is explain more about the broad concept of Antioquia. These will more or less be the flavors that you can find in all the coffees. Of course, the nuances will be a little bit different, but the base of the coffee will be very similar. So then just check it out on the offer list if you're interested. Scroll down and you will find the region Antioquia and find all of these beautiful coffees. So Juan, thanks so much, man. It's really good to see you again. I see you way too little. Especially now when there's zero traveling going on. So yeah, it was nice seeing you again, man. And it was nice to be able to do it in this way.
Yeah, same. I feel exactly the same. Super nice to see you. I know that you know that I'm your man in here in Colombia, and like whatever you may need, like I'm here for all of you. And don't forget to check the list. And peace out.
Cool. Adios.
Adios.